Hey everyone, sorry I don't have my outline posted. I taught my first workshop tonight and all my focus has been on that. I got home and was hit hard with a migraine, so please ignore the glasses as I am very sensitive to the light right now. It is important to have a clear understanding of your vision and the program goals for your family life education programs before accessing the family life education program. But you want to make sure that you are giving the most information on the topic you can. If you are not sure of your goals, your program is going to be all over the place and you will easily get off topic. When you know what your vision and goals are, you can better prepare the program to reach the goals and vision that you have set in place. In the book Family Life Education Principles and Practices for Effective Outreach, in Chapter 3 it states, evaluation can be seen as a process for gathering information to make your program stronger. It can provide vital data about what parts of the program are working well and which needs tweaking. It can provide data that justify further funding. It can provide priceless information about how to match program options to program clients. I like the last sentence, to match program options to program clients. As family life educators, our job is to help educate families, and if we just assign them to any workshop, that would not be beneficial to them. We need to understand our programs, know their goals and the vision, so that when we have clients coming to us, we know what will be the best fit for their needs. When we did the pilot teaching of the workshop that my partner and I are doing, my partner and I received a lot of feedback that we brought back to the drawing board and changed a lot of aspects of the workshop. We knew that the feedback we received would make the workshop stronger, as it came from audience members. As I taught my first workshop tonight, I was thankful for the changes that we had made from the first assessment. I received some more feedback tonight that I can not only apply to next week's workshop, but I can use in the future to build more workshops to benefit clients. I have been familiar with the Code of Ethics for about 2 years now, and have always wondered if they were strictly followed by every profession that it applies to. I found it interesting in my reading that on ethics that it states, the strength of a code of ethics is that it carefully describes expectations for professional behaviors and reflects important professional values. The downside is that most codes are not grounded in theories, and that professionals often are not familiar with the code because it may not be used on a regular basis. This really struck a chord with me, especially as I'm starting to look for an internship this next coming semester. The past 2 years being in school, it has been pounding in my head, but it seems that once you leave school that information doesn't get used all that often. I was even more boggled when I was reading about the boundaries that should be used for a family life educator to parents. To me, I think that you as a family life educator should know the code of ethics front to back because of the boundaries that are in place. We learned in the reading this block that there are 5 levels of involvement between parents and family life educators. Each level builds upon itself, allowing the family life educator to become more involved with the families that they are working with. Each level also has a different set of skills that are to be used. As I was going through the levels, I found happiness in level 2. It states, the principal strength of level 2 is that the parent and family life educator can reach a large number of families with important information in a low-risk environment. This made me think of the workshop that I put on tonight and next week. During our pilot lesson, it was brought to our attention that the age should be lowered to those who can attend the workshop. By doing this, we were able to help and reach more families. This level also made all the hard work worth it because it's an actual step that can be done with my degree. In my Child 310 class, we had a group meeting today where we talked about children with special needs. We were to interview a parent that has a child with special needs and find out what needs and services they could use as a family. As we were going through our interviews, I thought of Level 4. Level 4 states that it is a combination of Level 2 and 3 that adds an assessment and a planned effort to help the parent change a troublesome parenting problem, a broader family interaction, or larger system problems, especially those with special need children. As family life educators, we can really help families with skills that have been taught. But I think as we see through these levels, that it is important to know the code of ethics. We never want to overstep the boundaries that are in place. They are there to help us learn and grow even more. And level 5 is a therapist position, so we would be really overstepping the boundaries there if we want to get to that level as family life educators. Now, through education, we can become therapists and we can certify more skills and through that process, but we need to get to that point before we overstep those boundaries. In level 3, I thought it was interesting that it said all education activities, knowledge, and skills at level 2, but add personal disclosure. So they had talked about like listening empathetically, probe for feelings and personal stories, open a supportive group climate, and collaborate problem solving. And something that I liked was the probe for feelings and personal stories. We learned, I think, in the second learning teaching interaction, how much personal stories can make or break a program. Personal stories make it easier for people to connect to the family life educator, the teacher, or whatever, because it makes them seem more of a more real person they can connect to. Collaborative problem solving was also something that stuck out to me, as tonight in the workshop that I held, we did a lot of group work and talked about different things with budgeting and money management. And we all kind of came together and created this budget that was the best budget for everyone in the class. And it just kind of, again, made all the hard work worth it when you come back and you reflect on things that we're learning and you're able to put those into place. And it also stated in level 3 that level 3 is optimal for parent-family education activities. So any activity that you are planning, whether it be a workshop or just sitting down with a family that has requested your help, and it could also be those families with special need children, but that you can come together and that they can trust you, and that you're not just there to give them the answers, you're there to help them find the answers. You're there to help them explore the options and not just say, this is your problem, this is your answer. You can really, really help them get to their problem, solving their problem by working together with them. And also with back to the personal stories, tonight in the workshop really help, as I talked about my budget as being married, having 2 kids, and both of us being students. I wasn't coming to them talking about a budget and pretending like I was a millionaire. They were able to open up more with me because I feel like they felt closer to me tonight. And that was one thing that during the question and answer period, it kind of got off track, but they were saying how that they liked the personal stories because they were able to hear those personal stories and think to themselves, oh, right, I actually have a similar experience, or my cousin had a similar experience, and so it was easier for them to apply the information to their daily lives. The last I would like to close with is, that the boundaries, when using the model, there's 4 different ways that it can be used. It can be used to descriptively to characterize the depth and intensity of issues. It's to establish goals and to describe the competency of a parent and define training and professional developmental goals. I just thought that all those were important, and I was able to apply all of those into the workshop that I was able to put on.